The first is that when you're actually fine-tuning a language model, and this is particularly true if you're hosting your own and fine-tuning your own, there are various metrics you can use which might help tell you if the model is actually getting better at producing the kind of outputs you want. So, for example, if you're trying to translate from one language to another, okay, you've presumably got your source and target pairs, and you can actually measure how close the produced translation is to the one you actually wanted. Okay, so it's a computational metric, and you hope to see that declining over time. So that will tell you that the training process is effective. Okay, what it doesn't tell you is that the task was worthwhile at the end necessarily, because these metrics are all very crude. So the only true way to do that is to get humans to evaluate the outputs. Perhaps you could do a before fine tuning and after fine tuning, or perhaps you could do, and this is something we've done recently, your model versus a state of the art language model. Is yours actually better on the particular defined task that you're trying to fine tune it for? You have to set these evaluation processes up carefully. You have to train people carefully on what they're looking for, and normally build a little bit of software to help you do this. You're essentially presenting people with, here's the context, the situation, the question I gave the language model. Here are the two outputs. Which one do you prefer, or how much would you score each one? And you do that with enough people, well chosen, well trained, in these blind tests, and you can pull together a kind of statistical measure of the output that says, yeah, I'm pretty confident this one is better than that one, or not, as the case may be. So that's the second answer to your question. The third answer to your question is really, why are we building a language model in the first place? Presumably, we're trying to build a better product, a better process, something like that. And there you've got to think about what business metric you are trying to improve at the end. Are you trying to reduce the number of contacts that you have with a customer who has a problem, for example, that a human needs to be in the loop with? So do you actually want to reduce the number of times a human has to engage with a customer by using a language model to solve 80% of the problems first? There's a different business metric at the end there, which tells you how successful your entire implementation was. And so I'd say think through those three stages of measuring your project and your success. Ultimately, it's the final one that really tells you whether you've succeeded or not.